Happy Thursday. Today I want to talk about growth not at all cost. I gave a conversation recently to folks in the HubSpot community. Thanks so much, Ali, for that invitation. And we talked about basically working back from buyer behavior. This is the only way, it's the very best way, I should say, to think about growth. Everyone thinks in the opposite, which is, how do I personalize the hell out of these emails? How do I get my buyers to pay attention to me? But they never actually do the inverse, which is to take why someone bought, when they bought, what made them bought, and what were the circumstances that arose in their business to make them buy now. And then take that information and go back to the targeting. Go back to the things that are I think I'm going to leave this in. I got a little bit obsessed right now with my audio. I have been peaking. Do you know about this thing? Okay, great. So peaking is when I'm not going to redo this. You're not paying for this. Peaking is when your volume is too high, and I generally have that problem in life. So I try to compensate for it with my microphone. There's a metaphor in there that I'm not going to explore. Anyways, let's get into it. All right. These are real growth stories, and this is backwards from the buyer behavior. Now, I talk about this concept of throwing spaghetti at the wall versus throwing it into the universe. Now, if you throw spaghetti in the universe, you have no chance of hitting something. If you throw it at the wall, that means that you have the opportunity to actually hit something. Now, I'm only going to talk about one of these. I'm probably going to go into more detail about these stories later, but let's actually talk about, let's see, which one of these should we talk about? Let's talk about the Segment Startup Program, because this is a really interesting example, and this is throwing spaghetti into the universe. This was an amazing play. What we did is we looked at who was using Segment. We went back in time 2 years. So we used Built With and figured out what was the install date. Then what we did is we went back in time 18 months, basically. Then what we did is we looked at their website traffic and we looked at the funding that they had at the time. And the message was, Jordan, in 2020, you qualified for the Segment Free Startup Program and you have Segment installed, which means that you haven't paid anything for Segment, but the time is coming due. Segment's going to come knocking in 3 months. And when they do, because of your traffic, they're going to ask for $60,000 from you. We have an alternative. We'll give you it for free for 2 years. It's a one-line code fix. Are you open to this? People were blown away by this email. They were like, oh my gosh, who did this for you? But the problem was they asked, who did this for you? They didn't say, yes, I'd like to switch. I, as a growth person, got more leads from that campaign than my customer. Whoops, bad look. And so this is what happens when you throw spaghetti into the universe, when you're not actually anchoring. They never actually had someone switch from the Segment Startup Program. We just tried some stuff. And, you know, there is a case to be made that if you try something, it only has to work once for it to be really well. But I will say that if you can reverse back from buyer behavior, you have much more confidence that your play is going to work. I'm going to tell about these examples in another video, but today, have a great Thursday. Have a great Tuesday, too. You know, in the future, a Tuesday will come, and I hope you have a great Tuesday. But today, I hope you have a great Thursday. Adios.